Dakota is a purple belt of 5 years. He's built like a Cretan flavored acai bowl and more explosive than the bathroom after a good Mexican restaurant. My goal in today's role is to purely survive this beatdown. If I can maybe force him to play guard and work my passing game, I may even have a fighting chance of submitting him. However, if I'm off my game for even a second, it could be the absolute end for me. But you guys know I love a challenge, so let's get right into the roll. Okay, so as the roll starts, we have limited space, so I decide to pull guard.
Stop it. Get some help.
And try to engage Dakota into my game of reverse De La Hiva. He negates this by controlling my right leg, preventing me from off-balancing him and allowing him to keep his composure, and then sprawling backwards to force me into half guard. I try to arm drag, but he postures to prevent it, and then as that space is created underneath him, I try to transition back to reverse De La Hiva. I leave my right arm exposed, and he absolutely sends it over my guard. By failing to engage my left leg to off-balance him and grabbing a mediocre grip with my left hand, it left my right arm exposed, allowing him to hit this beautiful diving Kimura. He jumps up and locks a reverse triangle to get the first submission of the round. We start again and I grab a shin-to-shin grip to try to elevate him and get under his hips. Dakota begins to sprawl back, so I try to lock onto a guillotine, but as I do this, he gets control of my right leg using that underhand grip and a knee post and runs past my guard with a Toreando.
Okay, you went from everything okay to, oh shit, this is going terrible.
I know that if my back gets flat to the mat, it's going to be very hard to get out of, so I try to turtle, but as I go for that, he inserts his right knee in front of my knee and topples me down in order to take my back. He'll then shoot in his right arm and finish me with a rear naked choke. Guys, I know what you're thinking. In 2 minutes, I've gotten my back taken twice, passed twice, and submitted twice. Why did I even upload this video? Well, the tides are about to turn, the tables are, you know the reference.
Well. How the turntables.
Dakota sits up into an open guard, allowing me to become the top player. I'll start by grabbing an ankle grip and Dakota sits to one hip. I move my right arm from his ankle to his hip line. Then as he throws his left leg over my shoulder, I grab a scoop grip and switch the direction of my pass. Dakota forms a gable grip around my knee and begins to drag my leg through. With my ankle now exposed outside of the pocket of his knee, this opens up a lot of leg lock entries, especially if I try to continue and pass around his left leg. To combat this, I sat to my left hip, making sure to get my left knee under his to reduce his mobility and allow me to backstep my right leg without him being able to follow.
You gotta be quicker than that.
One thing to notice is how my knees are not touching the mat and I'm putting all my weight on my hips. However, we're not dealing with a white belt, and as Dakota starts to begin to bridge up, I know I need a transition. He'll move into turtle and I'll try to wedge my right knee between his knee and elbow and expose the inside position underneath him. Unknowingly, Dakota begins to lock up a Kimura. By the time I realize this and try to create space and back away, it's already locked up.
Okay, it's time to go.
Dakota rolls through, but as he does that, his foot actually hits my hand and he thinks he just kicked me in the face. We stop for a second and he actually lets it go and we reset to neutral.
Hey, just...
While we're both wrestling on our knees, I decide to sit to guard to give me 2 extra limbs to work with. I grab a 2-on-1 grip and start to look for an arm drag. I don't want to settle here and allow Dakota to set up his passes, so I immediately follow up the arm drag by switching my base and then throwing Dakota into a front headlock. As I loop around to his back, he's able to quickly turn into me and insert a butterfly hook. He then uses this to throw me off and come up for a sweep.
You gotta be quicker than that, buddy.
As I roll on my back, I'm able to frame and create distance. I then use a technique that I was working on in my last vlog. I'll initiate it by grabbing a 2-on-1 wrist grip and posting my foot on their hip. I'll then take my far leg and throw it high in the air to threaten a triangle. This will cause them to step forward and posture up to avoid the triangle, but it will feed them right into K-guard. As I try to roll in the saddle, I wasn't able to claim his knee line, so I came up for the sweep. As soon as I stand up, I see a grand opportunity.
Hey, what up, bitch?
As Dakota reached forward, he left an opening for an underhook. I pommeled my left foot inside and then dove in for a knee slice. Now I'm trying to stay low and sprawl my hips out. If I accidentally raise my hips, it could offset my weight and he might be able to roll me. Luckily, I'm able to free my left foot from his quarter guard and I work to control his hips. Dakota bridges hard and uses a knee and elbow escape to get out of side control. Okay, so do you guys remember that move he hit on me at the start of the roll? I ended up being on a highlight reel, but not in the good way. I decided that it was time for some revenge. I stepped my left foot into the middle of his guard and waited for a reaction. And I got exactly what I was looking for. Dakota reaches forward, exposing the space between his elbow and torso. Now I go for a really cool diving Kimura pass. Unfortunately, as I go to take his back, I switch to the armbar and he manages to hop over my knee and come back on top. I go for the same triangle to K-guard dilemma, but he's wise to it this time and avoids the transition. I shrimp back a little, and as I sit up to engage, I fail to get my grips and he hits me with a well-timed Toriano pass. Dakota then works his way up into mount and then chair sits to take my back. He ends the round with another rear naked choke. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll hopefully be going down to Wendo soon where Dakota trains to get some more rolls in with him within the next few months. However, if you guys were here from the last video, I know I promised you a roll with Jack, and that is coming this Sunday. I'm doing 2 uploads this week. However, I just didn't finish it in time, but I hope you guys enjoyed the roll today. If you guys did, make sure to comment down below, like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you all on Sunday.